Hey everyone, it's Coeval. I've got a Winners Finals Season 18 Tournament Best of 3 series for you guys. I am facing up against Slim Bill, who I've had my eyes on since the very beginning of the tournament. Here's game 1. This is an absolutely insane series, so let's get right into it. So I'm starting out, I'm going to run away, not all the way away on Protection Shield. I'm guessing he's not going to be able to make all the way over there to do a mud ball or something. So just kind of being a little bit safe. Curious that he doesn't flight here on the outset, which I think is good for me, but maybe he's saving it for when he teleports down. He decides to teleport down here, and in this first series I decided to mix it up just a little bit from my last series against Serbia, and I was running just Entangle every game against Serbia, and I thought Bill might expect Entangle, so then I decided to run Mega and Pebble instead. So, like, knowing that he would teleport down early, I was kind of anticipating that, and I was thinking, okay, I can pressure with Pebble. Here I decided to go for the Maelstrom instead of a Pebble. A Pebble might be able to sink him, possibly, but I also noticed that he doesn't have a lot of room, so I decided to go for a Maelstrom. Maybe Pebble's better there. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see how that plays out. Here I decided to Protection Shield again, just again play the long game. I worry about getting raid, so I have to go to another area here, but then I decide, I'm not really going to Pebble from that angle. You know, that's not the best. So ultimately I said, okay, I'm going to go make my own little hiding spot. I've still got a few turns before the Arma, excuse me. So that's going to be fine. Like, maybe Pebbling there when he was 20 prot was a good play, but instead I decided to play a little bit slower and do the Maelstrom, which didn't do much. And I know I don't have Entangle, so like removing the land from under him doesn't really do that much for me either. But I'm up a little bit of prot, and also I've got a decent map position, he's got a decent map position. He's trying to push me too because he's got his bank out, and I'm gonna discourage him from doing that with the aura. So now, fun fact, he can go through the aura. If you Protection Shield after the Aura of Decay is cast, you can go through it. If you prot and then the aura is cast, you can't go through it, you get stunned. So, like for example, if I move to the left right now, and then try to go through the aura, like if I try to go through the aura there, I'm gonna get stunned, because I didn't prot. There he goes for the Maelstrom. I just have one unfortunate Q. Why I queued, I'm not sure. Maybe I was just a little bit at a loss on what to do. That happens, you know, it's not a big deal. But we're gonna get into kind of a stall fest a little bit here. It's just kind of a game of trying to outmaneuver your opponent through auras and maelstroms and all that bullshit. So here I'm thinking, okay, I've got the Pegasus out to kind of protect from the Arma. I've got 100 prot. I'm chilling. And he's spending all this time trying to push. But at the same time, he's got like pretty similar amount of prots too. So I have to be a little bit careful here, maybe think about going in and getting a new hiding spot, which he knows. He goes, okay, you want to go in to get some cover, I'm going to prevent that. So I decide to just wait it out for another turn, maybe two, and hit him with the Maelstrom. Maybe in the future, you know, I get like a mud ball off, a couple mud balls, a mega, and then I can get some sync. So, you know, always kind of useful if I'm not in danger of just losing outright on the spot. So here he goes for the Spirit, and he's just kind of playing it more defensive now. And at some point, yeah, I'll want to try and get in there, but I can't. So what do I have to do? Just Windshield. Not a big deal. We're both kind of chilling in the middle here, and Yeah, cool thing to note about that water ball bounce. You notice how the droplets kind of just melt through the land super easy. It also does a lot of damage. It can do like up to 100, which is just insane. So he was just trying to clear land there. I probably just didn't have any moves. I don't know if he has Pegasus or not in this book. Has he shown it yet? I don't know. I'm not sure. But also at this point, like, I'm a little nervous, and the reason is, I was concerned about this exact thing, that he would end up with like 150 prot in the late game and I wouldn't have Tangle or anything to deal with it. So now we're in that situation and I'm like, oh shit, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to play the board. Okay, I notice I want to go down to the low area of the map because the stars don't really hit down there that much. So I'm gonna go make some shelter. And yeah, my peg fits all the way down through there. And now it's kind of a battle of basically the Arma, and I'm just kind of like stalling, waiting for the map to kind of disappear. But also just keeping my prots high. Maybe prodding on the Pegasus if I don't have any other moves. Yeah, I decided to do that there. So I pulled out the Serbia strategy, which you guys might have seen. He just protection shields on the Pegasus, which is pretty funny. Here we're both kind of waiting for the Arma, right? He wants to get more space, so he trees. So I tree that area. Because imagine if I aura, he just wants to be able to move over. But if I tree that spot, then he's not able to move over. So, looking at this board state, we're pretty even for, thinking about this like chess. And I can always protection shield on my Pegasus again if needed. I'm expecting he has Entangle. Ooh, I almost sank my Pegasus there. But that wouldn't have been catastrophic. If I sink my Pegasus, I don't sink myself because I'm flighted. So he goes for the water ball bounce. Which is okay. I do sink my Pegasus here. That was an accident, but not a big deal. I just go for the windshield because I do suspect that he has Entangle. But it's risky for him to also come over here because he probably thinks that I have Entangle because I ran it in all my games against Serbia. So we're still kind of just waiting it out a little bit, but I do know if I can possibly get like a couple muds off, maybe get a water ball off, start to aura tick him a bit, then maybe I can get those prots down. If he ever like towers and then gets sunk, which would be a poor decision on his part. So, anything can happen here still. Okay, notice my windshield's down. He misses that ray a little bit earlier, which is, not the best for him, but it's okay. Okay, here I see an opening. What do you guys think I'm going to do? I'll pause it. So he flashes that open, and take a minute and see if you guys can figure out what I might do to get a bit of an advantage. Okay, and now we'll see what ends up happening. Probably at 4, 3, 2, and I go for a Mega Boulder. So now I'm up 120 prot, and I know he has Entangle, which he goes for here. But one way to kind of deal with Entangle is, okay, just outlast it through some aggression. So I decide, okay, I'm just going to clock. It kind of misses, kind of doesn't. Well, actually, that does about 70, so it does well. And he sinks me. So you may think, oh no, 150 prot. Wow, you just blundered so hard, Coeval. What the fuck? Well, I don't see it that way because he also had 150 prot. So in fact, I actually won the HP battle. But then I get sunk again. And I'm like, oh fuck me. I've got no good teleport spot. He got super lucky with that Maelstrom. Or as I like to call it, Minestrone. Maelstromy? I don't know. Just like, the soup. But he sinks me with that Minestrone, and now, I don't know. I guess I just gotta go full aggro. Balls to the wall. Get in there, do a clock. Boom. Does it sink? No, because I am just the most unlucky player in the entire universe. God damn it. So, the lucky thing is, though, for me, is that he doesn't have aggressive moves. He can't respond with, like, heavy plays. There, if he had clock, I think clock is awesome in that position. However, he's got to be careful about his potential sink. So I just decide here, you know what? I'm down so much health, fuck it. I gotta go for the aggressive play. So he goes for the blood bank, and ooh, I missed the flash there. Oh god, I almost had it too. That was so tragic. Man, I want to go back and see if I can hit that. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're back again, and let's see. He puts the bank on my head, and then I'm gonna take control, and let's try a different angle. So we did this one last time. Here. So maybe we just do this one. I feel like that's not gonna work though. Okay, so this is a tough flash. Doesn't look like it's the most feasible one. So I guess I feel a little bit better about, you know, trying that out in a game. Because yeah, I don't know if there was a correct angle for it, but I kind of got shafted in that situation. I guess a better move would have been, I guess, to drain. Okay, so we're back. He's gonna put the bank on my head, and then I'm gonna take control, and we're gonna try a drain sink, because I did have drain in this game. Drain and Pegasus instead of Snowball and Blood Bank. So maybe I position myself like here. I do an extended drain. This looks like it would work. Okay, no, it doesn't work. So I mess up that flash, and then he gets on my head and snowballs, and it's looking dicey here. My only hope is, okay, I can drain here and then go for a flash sink next turn, potentially. Let's see what happens. Okay, so he goes for that, and then my only hope here is a sink. Let's see what I can do. Boom! Alright, I do want to show you guys that one, if I can get it right. So that is just absolutely disgusting, what I just did there. Okay, so we're back. I think I did something like this. Yeah, that looks good. Or maybe that? No, I think it's this angle. Boom. Get destroyed. Let's go. Obviously, 9 HP. Alrighty, so we're back, and I just did that epic sync, and I just showed it to you guys. And now he's at 144. What's your mindset in this situation? Okay, first of all, pray. Second of all, okay, I know that he can't make up ground in a turn, so I think I'm safe from clock. Guess it's possible for him to turn on the jets, but he elects not to. There's a lot of land. I could easily see that being a Q if he tries to go for it. So now I'm thinking, okay, the land disappeared because I have because of the stars, and so some of that land went away. I've got to get the tree up, and he goes for an aggro play to try to clock, but actually what ends up happening is he doesn't have a clear angle. Like, he has no angle to me to hit me, and so he actually just kind of queues there and allows another flash sink. So my hopes are still alive, and he teleports in with 105 health, and I've got 49. I just gotta not get sunk. And what can I do here? Does anyone know? I'll give you guys a few seconds. Can you figure out the move? It just flat out wins the game. Alright, let's see. Boom! Mega destroyed! 1-0 Coeval! Let's go! Alright, we're gonna load up game 2 here real quick. And I did mix it up a little bit in game 2 from this first book, but it's not really mixed up in the sense that I am running something that I don't really typically run. So I think he went with the same mix. We'll see how this match goes. I get a kind of shit spawn. It's really unfortunate. And he gets a perfect start. He's able to get his blood bank down in that little downstairs area, so to speak. But I also make a cheeky play by trapping it, and now I know that I can move. And I decide to just sack my flight, flash down to get rid of the aura tick damage, keep my prot relatively decent prot advantage. And he water balls down to his bank, and I almost kill it there with the aura, not quite. So felt like I managed to get out the early game fine here. He's got a better map position, but that's just due to my spawn. What the fuck am I supposed to do? You know, teleport out turn 1? Not really worth it, right? So there, I'm going to be working to go toward the middle of the map, and he's going to be trying to prevent me from doing that. And I know aura's up, so I can re-prot. I'm pretty safe there, right? And my plan is to flash out, or maybe water ball. Flash first, probably. Zone him a little bit, so he doesn't have so much freedom, right? And now I can aura both, get 2 ticks, which I probably will do here if it's expired. Okay, not quite expired yet, so I decide to bring out my own bank. And the game continues. Now we're in kind of a mid-game sort of stall, early mid-game sort of stall period. And he gets the nice sky ray off, so now I know to be careful about that positioning. And there I go for the tick on the bank, trying to get that killed before he's able to water ball to me. Also, I think I have Entangle Pegasus mix, so I've got some tools to stall if he does push to me. So here he's trying to escape the aura, but actually can't. So he gets a 15 tick. That's a free tick for me, and he also kills his bank, so not the best turn. He could have probably just flown upward and flashed that space free. But now he's free as well, so taking the 15 damage, not a hugely detrimental move, because he can always get his bank out again, which he does. And I'm a little bit low on protection shield, so I gotta be careful in this match. And try to zone him a bit more, whittle his prots down before I go for any sort of aggro play, right? So it's looking a bit dicey for me at this moment, but I do kind of get even with him on protection shields now. Of course, his prot's going to come off cooldown a few turns earlier, right? And now he's going to go for an aggro play. Not necessarily aggro, but he's going to open himself up to have the opportunity to water ball me because he's got a bank out, he's got more prots. Okay, technically he doesn't have more prots, but it'll come off cooldown, then he'll be up. Yeah, just like you saw here. Now he's up 30 prot-ish. So here I know I'm going to have to stall because I'm down on prots, so I just get a Pegasus out, and he trees me in, which I think is okay. I can just flash out. Yeah, I flash up to the top because if I mount my peg, then I'm kind of stuck. Okay, so I didn't see that he could ray that little area. I didn't know how much flash was going to clear, how much land it was going to clear. So kind of unfortunate. Now I'm down a lot of prots, so I got to really stall. And I decide to go for a Maelstrom. That may look like a dumb move, but actually I'm just wanting to clear land because at this point he doesn't know that I have Entangle because I brought Mega Boulder the first match, so maybe it's not fresh in his mind, right? I am super low on prots though, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I killed the Pegasus there because it was gonna be undead, and the game continues. There he Qs, he probably didn't know what to do. He could have just waterballed, gone to cover and waterballed. If he was over water, then I'm winning because I tangle him. But he decides to go over land and Q, which happens. Now he's at 150, I'm down 75 prot. I do have 2 minions though, to help me stall and also maybe heal if he gets me down low. However, if you're up against someone with 150 prot, or any prot for that matter, but especially 150 and you have a blood bank, you're not going to heal any because it's you don't heal from the prot. So any health that is protection shields, you won't heal with your bank out. So he could snowball me for like 80 somehow. That's rare. He could snowball me for like 70, when I have 80 prots, and he wouldn't heal at all. Of course, if you're at 250 health too, you won't heal. But yeah, Blood Bank doesn't heal you when you're in a tower, when you have protection shields. Those are a couple scenarios. So here I get actually some great speed off, and I'm able to tangle, and he Qs basically with the water ball. So now I can get a free sync off, and I'm back in business. Let's go. Alright. So, oh, look at that clutch flash. And he's heavy because he's tangled. Man, that was sick. I got that off. Just nasty. And now I'm in a driver's seat, up 17 prot. I can prot again. Don't have it off cooldown, so I decide to aura. And one thing I overlooked though is that hole down there he can actually go through. So I should have moved further away. And in fact, I blunder here by moving over water. Why did I do that? Shit. I didn't see that he could escape down there. So he gets what off? Entangle. And now I'm down. God. Frustrating. So I'm going to teleport back in, and I don't know, I guess depending on his book, maybe he can get a clock off on me here. But he doesn't have prot, so he's got to be careful. He's going to prot up first. Well, now I'm in some trouble, right? And so I go for a clock here. But I don't have clock. I had time. I had a second. But I don't have clock. I brought Drain instead, I think. Or Ray, or something. I fucked it up. And so I don't have clock there. I was pushing, thinking, oh, I'm going to clock him. Which is a, fine play. Because he doesn't have BFTP. He can't really do that much. Maybe he could still sync me with a flash. But then he would maybe sync himself as well. So I don't know. I felt like it would work out okay. Problem was, I didn't have clock. And I realized that at the very end. Dang, imagine if that star hit him for a 40. That would have been nice for me. But now I'm down huge. He misses the clock there. Doesn't matter. And I go for the tree. I want to double drain next. Get some health back. Game's never over, as you guys saw in my first game, where I came back from 9 health. Okay, now I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta sync myself, teleport back in. A move that is not intuitive, that a lot of times newer players don't think of in the moment. It can still actually prolong the game by a lot. So here he again can go through that little area. I don't really have anywhere to go safely. Maybe I could have gone up a little bit further to like here, where I'm pinging. But I unfortunately don't, and then he gets this clock off on me, and I sink again. So, looking like it's done and dusted for game 2. Yep, I only got 1 tele spot, and he's going to waterball me, right? So, he's able to tie up the series 1-1 off of an unfortunate blunder on my part with the entangle, allowing the entangle. I just thought that he wasn't able to escape. It wasn't that I didn't think he had entangle. I knew it. I was pretty certain, at least. But anyway, now it's tied up 1-1. We've got one more game, the grudge match, to figure out who takes not all the marbles, but who advances to the finals. So this is not for the absolute winner, but basically I'm going to advance to the grand finals if I get the win. Otherwise, Bill will advance. So I suspect he brought the same book, and as did I, except I remembered to get clock in there. Maybe I had Drain in there or Ray instead of clock. I don't remember exactly what the book was, but I don't know, I'll make something up on the spot to show you guys for game 2 if I don't remember. So here we're just going to do a basic opener, right? Flight prot. And one thing also, if you guys are playing any 10 alien or just 10s in general, if you're going to summon your bank, you want to summon it first of all in a spot where it's not trapped. Because if you summon it and it's trapped, the opponent just auras it and it'll die in 3 turns. But also, like, trapped is a little bit deceiving sometimes. Like sometimes, let's say you summon your bank like down in this cavern over here on the right. Like technically it's trapped. If an aura can like cover the entirety of the land, because a blood bank can't fly, right? If an aura can cover the entirety of the land where the blood bank stands, then it gets ticked down to its death, right? So technically summoning it over in that small area is also means that it's trapped. So there he makes a small blunder, allows his blood bank to get ticked to 10 before raying my blood bank. And I don't know if he's going for a snowball or what, but okay. So he goes for the early entangle, and here I'm like, okay, I will just suicide with the clock. That'll be a nice play. I didn't have time to turn the peg, and also I didn't quite get my tangle all the way down. I mean, not ideal, not the absolute end of the world, but also notice that little statue. It's a little Easter egg, but it's actually been appearing a lot more than in the past. Like I've seen it maybe 5-6 times in the last week or week and a half. So I don't know if he upped the odds on that or what happened, but yeah, I don't feel too terrible here. I mean, I am tangled, but also he only has 15 prot, and because of the way he placed this aura, I can go down here and lose my tangle. So that's a slight blunder on his part, but also something that's really tricky to think about in the moment. Like, oh, he can damage himself with my own aura. You know, it's not really intuitive. So he's playing it slow once again. I'm not really interested in going aggro here. Or am I? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. So I'm going to trap his bank, like I said, so I can aura, and then he's not in the best position map-wise, so he gets deflighted, which is kind of nice for me. And so now I can go back into my little hiding spot, get a prod up, water ball down, kind of carve out my own little middle area, right? So looking pretty good. And we'll just kind of have to wait and see here. This is a point where it gets kind of stally, but still some kind of micro plays to be learned. Water ball is really good because, first of all, it's coded, like I said in an earlier video, so that you can go through the water ball hole. It's like a player length wide, whereas pebbles is not. So you may pebble down and not be able to go inside that little area. But water ball you can always, pretty much, in like 95% of cases. So there I am again protecting from the ray, bring out another Pegasus. I decide to just, you know, relocate and then water ball down again if I can manage that. So I don't know, maybe going for a tangle? Okay, no, he goes for a clock here, which is fine. Maybe I can respond with a clock, right? Okay, he got lucky there. The Arma didn't hit him. Yeah, I just decided to go aggro. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Mega, and so I can afford that. He's going to go for a flash here, and actually it gets it off. It's a really nice flash. Clock probably isn't better because he's lower than my health. So I teleport there, and I think it's a fine teleport spot. I'm just able to stall a bit more, right? You can't really go directly aggro from this position. Also, he's still got a better, worse map position. I've got a better map position with all this cover. I can flash out of this tree, and I'm just chilling. Maybe block his approach with the Pegasus a little bit, or block any sort of water ball, make it a little bit trickier for him. It doesn't block it outright, but it just, you know, maybe I could have positioned that Pegasus a little bit better. So I'm just going to dig. And I'm just going to move to the left, right? The zoning isn't really affecting me that badly. I am really low on protection shield, so I got to keep that in mind. Maybe you could hit me with the water ball here and deflight, but doesn't quite get there. Just 3 damage. So I decide to maybe tree this. Yeah, that's what I would do. So I'm not really in a danger of a sink. I mean, he does have aura, but it's not quite back yet. Okay, he goes for another water ball. Fortunately, that doesn't really work. And okay, maybe I can block that hole with the Pegasus, which is clutch. Yeah, that's a nice play. So now I have a little bit more time, and I don't have to worry about a tangle yet. But I'm keeping that in mind. I don't want to stay over water in any spot where he could potentially tangle me, right? So if you guys are at this point in the video, thanks so much for watching, and please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know who you think will win the series. We're tied 1-1 right now, and this is Game 3 is a longer slog, but it's a great game still. Battle to the very end. And hope you guys have enjoyed this tournament coverage. And yeah, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate the support. So, once again, I didn't really have a move there. Ray is bad. Maybe drain the peg? Yeah. Ray's bad because now he can protection shield. And then I don't have Ray. Excuse me. Oh, yawning a lot. So he can protection shield, and then I don't have Ray to kind of counteract it. So maybe draining the Pegasus was better. Prot was probably on cooldown, right? So here I can move out of the aura and just protection shield. I put the peg in the aura, I think maybe just in case I needed to move. Like for example in this situation, if I needed to move up at all. I just wanted to be sure that I didn't have to deal with the 15 tick damage. So that's why I did that. It's probably not necessary. And now I'm still chilling. He can't really entangle. He's saying, okay, I'm not going to go aggro anymore. I'm going to make my own little hiding spot. That'll be fine. And I'm just going to bring a bank out. I could also... I've been saying drain, but I don't think I have drain in this book. So it's not really worth it to snowball the peg because I still want to try and stall. But it looks like this is going to end up going to a pretty late game situation. So here I'm thinking, alright, let me just get another Pegasus out. I'm envisioning in 10-15 turns. Yeah, what turn are we? Yeah. I'm envisioning in 10-15 turns, you know, the map's going to be gone. I'm going to have to protect from Ray. You know, I want to aura this to maybe get his prots down. At this point, okay, I tree first to maybe aura after, or Maelstrom. So he flights just in case any weird sync happens. Probably not possible, but you never know. So here I'm going to Maelstrom first. I want to Maelstrom first because if I aura first and he goes up top, then I don't have Maelstrom to pressure. This way I Maelstrom first, he goes up top, and I can have aura to pressure. Because Maelstrom comes obviously from the water, so if he's up top, I don't have any way that reaches him. So I decided to kill the bank for fear of any, you know, aggro plays late. And he's just going to stall hard with the tree, block any ray or any stars. So I'm just going to continue to whittle down the prot, and I think I'm winning this battle at this point. 30 prot versus 90 prot. Okay, now we're at 80, so we're pretty close. So he gets his prot back, and now I'm thinking, okay, it's not as winning as I thought it was, but I also get my prot back, so yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up at this point. Can I move my minions fast enough here? Let's see. Okay, no. The answer is no. The answer is I suck. And I just basically fucking queued there. That's a pretty bad move, but also it doesn't hurt me. So he goes for the Spirit. He's going to anticipate, okay, the map's going to be gone. I got to get my windshield up. And so now I want to get this Pegasus out of the aura, do anything that I can. So I do. My bank dies. I can bring one out soon again. And now, like, at a certain point, a lot of players will tell you this, especially ones who have grinded this set out a lot, or veterans. Like, at a certain point, this map becomes RNG, and it's just luck-based, right? Because you're down to just where there's so many stars, you got so much damage raining from the sky, and you never know if a sync could happen, or if you just get lucky and a star doesn't hit you. So we're getting kind of into that scenario, that situation, and I think I like my odds. I've said this before, that I kind of like my odds in these situations, where it's down to maybe like lobbing a ball or bomb against Bill, or just kind of sticking it out and leaving it up to RNG. But also I know that he's like super solid with his generic like flight prot, just I don't know, defensive books, and also his positioning is really good. So, and there I blunder, my bank sinks, and I get tick damage out on all 3 of my minions. Kind of shitty. I'm running out of space, sucks. But I'm able to relocate and also get a prod off. So now I'm 150. I'm chilling. We're chilling. And I'm thinking, okay, this might be a draw actually. But of course, people say it's an undrawable set. But then I say I drew twice against Serbia, and they were like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I get some chip damage off there, and I'm feeling okay. He's a little vulnerable. I don't have like Mega or anything like that, so I can't really go aggro. And instead I just decided to do some chip damage. I should have repositioned my Pegasus a bit up to cover that hole there. See right here. Just to prevent any sort of clock if he was to go aggro. But man, there's so many stars. You just gotta stay low, stay sandwiched in between land, because yeah, otherwise you're kind of screwed. So here, I do reposition the peg. I'm not too worried about him going all the way the fuck around and clocking me, because again, you're just staying the fuck away from the mid-map. You just gotta survive. So I like my position a little bit better because he's on the side and I'm in the middle, which is nice. I can get a bank out. I'm just gonna, cast my Proton cooldown. If worse comes to worse, I can pull a Bija and just prot spam on my Pegasus if I need to. Like the Beej. Okay, he misses the Tangle there. And I'm curious why he went to aggro there. I don't want to go back out and respond with an aggro move, because there's so many stars going on. He mentioned something about like, oh, we're at turn 50, I need to go kind of soon, and so he went a little bit aggro. But I still feel like, the game's going to wrap up in 10 turns at this point too. There's not a lot left to go. But regardless, he goes a little bit aggro there. So now he tangles me, which is unfortunate. He clocks. I actually have to be careful. Let me pause real quick. There's a pixel right there. Do you see that on the left? I'll ping. Oh, I can't ping while it's paused. But let's see. Yeah, there it is. That was the pixel. I had to aim around that at the last second I saw it. I was like, oh fuck. But he actually is able to get the flash off, which I anticipated, right? But I'm wondering, where can I go? Okay, my peg's dead. That sucks. Yeah, okay, so where can I go? I don't want to get Maelstrom sunk, right? So now I'm in danger of getting Maelstrom sunk, right? This is getting super intense. Any star could like hit Bill, sink him. Okay, my Maelstrom doesn't sink Bill. Alright, so we're about to be back here. Okay, and I'm gonna keep... Okay, so it was a star and then it split into 2 stars and the little tiny star knocked him into the water. That is just ridiculous. And I'm gonna zoom all the way out here so you guys can see just the mayhem that is about to ensue. Look at that, so many stars coming down. Jesus. And also I get fortunate here too. Both of our Maelstroms didn't sink each other, and I also didn't get sunk there, and the star was like literally right in my face. I know of course he can ray me, but I don't give a fuck. We're in survival mode, right? What else am I gonna do? Okay, so a ray could sink. He doesn't go for it because he needs to prot himself. Ooh, this is so tight. Oh man, he gets absolutely destroyed by the Arma. I'm gonna go middle and low, hopefully? No, not even low. Okay, I take a risk here. Well, why did I move? I don't know if that's the best play. Maybe it was though, because look at my spot. I would have been fucked. So, I don't know, I took a gamble. And said that, okay, middle and kind of low. Like, I'm relatively low. I'm more than halfway down, right? If you're looking at the full map length. And I take a gamble I don't get hit by the stars, and here's the moment of truth. I get sunk, but his gate is out, so he teleports back in, but he's drowned. If you're at like, I don't know, 4 or 8 HP or less, and you teleport in and you don't have gate, you lose. Holy shit, my heart was pounding at this moment, because I have like a 40-something% win rate against him in rateds. Obviously I've got a lot better over the games, but god damn, I did it. Best of 2 victory, let's go! So, what an amazing series. Came out really clutch in the end, surprised him with Mega Boulder first game. You know, fucked up the second game, but that happens. You know, no one's perfect. And I'm going to secure a spot in the grand finals. Slim Bill is going to match up against Cryo in the losers finals. The winner of that is going to face me for the grand finals. So that's maybe not the next video you'll see out of me, but that's the next time that you'll see this tourney coverage is going to be me in the grand finals. Let's go, baby. Or if the Cryo games are good, yeah, I may post those as well. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Peace out. Go Coeval. Good games, Bill.